Makeup's good?
Yeah, makeup's good.
I'm good. So we're here at the airport. We're waiting for our flight home to Calgary, and we thought we'd leave you guys with kind of our impressions. James has been with the car for 2 weeks. I've only been with it for 2 days, but we sort of formed, things that we like and things that we found that could be improved on or could be changed. So one of the things that I really liked, it hit me as soon as I sat inside it, was the minimalist interior. It was just so clean. There's barely any buttons that you can see. There's barely anything that gets in the way. I loved that. It looked amazing. That was one of my favorite things in the car. And then those little mats, the Velcro on the bottom of the mat that sticks it to the floor, small touch, but that's a huge thing. That was one of the things you liked, James.
Yeah, the design of the car is amazing, both interior and exterior. It looks like a little S from the outside, and on the inside, just that, like Mike said, that minimalist interior, the way the screen is like perfectly situated in the center. The whole feel in the car is Tesla through and through.
And that kind of brings me to my second one, which when I look at the design, I used to think of the Model S as it's kind of the affordable Tesla. It's the one that everybody can afford and everybody can get. Kind of thinking that, it's a cheaper Tesla, but it's not. This is a Tesla through and through. It is, it's like a Model S. If the Model S doesn't fit what you need, the 3 will. You're not compromising really anything. You're getting a Tesla. You're getting all of the features that we know and love in our Teslas. The glass, it's premium view, premium glass. It's unbelievable. Your second thing?
The second thing, the performance and handling, along the same lines that Mike just said.
He drove the crap out of it.
Yeah, well, so did he. But there's no compromises. It accelerates like a Tesla. It handles like a Tesla. It's like it's on rails. Driving out of Mount Shasta with the curvy roads at 70 miles an hour.
You guys have to do that. It's one of the funnest roads in California.
Oh, yeah. You get your Model 3, go for a road trip. You'll see what we mean, especially the long-range version. You don't think about battery. Like, Mike and I were never once are we going to make this? We were like...
That wasn't even a concern.
It wasn't a concern.
Yeah. So my third thing that I just loved with the car, it really stood out for me, was that screen in the middle. I was worried, like, with what I'm used to, is that going to throw me off? What's it going to be like? Am I going to be able to tell how fast I'm going and all that stuff? It didn't even, it took like a second, and you're used to it. You know where the speed is. To find the menu items, if you haven't used a Tesla before, you can learn that when you're charging. It'll take you 5 minutes, go through the options, but that display is awesome. And then the other thing I really like that stood out for me is when you get out of the car and plug in and you're walking away, you close the door, it actually shows you the charge rate, the time remaining in a much bigger font. So you don't have to open the door, stick your head in and see what's left. Yeah. It was a little thing, but it was very impressive.
Yeah. For me, the third thing was the rear legroom for such a small vehicle compared to the S and X. Mike could be there at 6 foot, just under 6'1" in the front seat, and I can be in the back seat at 6'1" and still have leg room. Much better than Air Canada's, or any economy class.
Yeah, unless you're flying business.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing. I don't know about you, but when I go shopping for a car, the last thing I'm worried about is the person sitting.
Yeah, true.
That's not what I look for in a car. I look for, am I going to be comfortable as the driver?
Yeah.
That back seat is an afterthought. Usually littler people like my kids or people that aren't driving are back there. And if you want a free ride, well, you may have to... But yeah, you're right. There is a ton of room back there. Surprising.
Yeah.
All right, so things that we saw that we weren't so crazy about. For me, when you rent the car off of Turo, you don't get access on your device with the app. They just give you the little plastic cards. That unlocks the car. You can get in, and you got to use the plastic card to lock it. For me, that was something that... That's not the way I would use the car. The way I would use the car would be using my phone to NFC unlock the car.
Exactly.
And if you buy one, that's what you're going to get to do. So using the little plastic cards, it's like an extra thing that I don't want to carry. So that was one thing that I wasn't crazy about.
Exactly.
So what about you, James?
Pretty much the only one thing that I noticed was missing, I wouldn't call it a flaw, is 48 amp AC level 2 charging. That for me, and going north and off the grid, the 72 amp will be sorely missed, because that is going to double my charge times in remote areas where there will be no superchargers for some time. So I really, really hope that if Elon or JB or any of the design people are watching this,
talking to you, Elon,
yeah, you guys, please put that as an option to have a 72 amp charger,
or even like a second one, a twin charger,
like you did
option,
on Model S,
like you did on the Model S. Right, when you're away from the supercharger network, that's when it's going to be a
key.
pain. If you're leaving it at home overnight,
yeah, of course.
no issue. But if you're doing a long road trip, you want to be able to charge quickly, and 72 amp at least would be a nice to have.
Yeah.
For me, the other thing that's a kind of a not an issue, but I have 4 kids. With Tammy and I, 4 kids. That's 6 people. 6 people won't fit in this car. This is a 5-person car. So what James had said I could do, if Tesla comes out with the autonomous technology, I could buy 2 of them, put the kids in the one in the back, have it follow the leader, and I'm in the car driving, the front car.
That'd work.
That would work. Yeah, that would work. So, but again, not everyone has 4 kids. I mean, most families are less than 2 kids or 2.3 kids. So this car will work for probably 99% of the population.
That's right.
What about you, James? Anything else other than the charger?
No, nothing else major. Some software fixes, but like we were talking about, those will come with time. But they're not complaints. They're just things I noticed that could be improved.
And I wouldn't even call, like that software that we saw, it's not 1.0.
no.
It's finished. It's solid. There's just small improvements, and you can actually communicate with Tesla and send in suggestions.
And I might actually do that, but I can see where they're going with this car is full autonomy. It's designed for that.
Yeah.
And they've done really good with making sure that the car functions in traditional driving methods. But I mean, other than that, I can't think of
the one thing I would add or hope to see added at one point is with that glass roof, which is beautiful. The view is unbelievable. You don't feel the heat of the sun coming through. I would like the ability to put a roof rack on or something. Like with the Model S that I have, I can put 6 people's snowboards and boots in my Thule box on top. If I could do that with the Model 3, that would be nice. So I think third parties will come out with stuff. If I do stuff like that, I like to get it from the manufacturer. So hopefully maybe Tesla addresses that at some point. We'll see. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for following along. If you guys have any questions, by the way, put them down in the comments. James has access too, so we'll do our best to answer them. James is in BC. He's part of the BC Electric Vehicle Association and Club there. I'm in Alberta. I do the same thing in Alberta. So we're happy to answer your questions.
For sure.
Yeah, we're here for you guys. Thanks for following us on this adventure. Stay tuned. We'll do something crazy like this again, I am sure. Maybe we'll do the semi. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll get it. We'll rent a semi on Turo and we'll do some driving for Best Buy.
Or better yet,
we'll deliver some.
Roadster.
All right, that's up to you, Elon.
Yeah.
All right, Miker and James, out.